Before we get to the next lesson about how to simplify a radical or a square root, I wanted to show you another way that we can actually rewrite these. It's okay to rewrite it using two radical signs. So here's the one radical sign. Let's just use two of them and then ask ourselves, what two numbers can I multiply together, any two numbers, to equal this? Well, 2 times 2. So the square root of 4 is equal to the square root of 2 times the square root of 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and so it has the radical signs there. So that's a true statement. Same thing here. You know what? 3 times 3, right? And we know that the square root of 9 is 3. But where this property gets pretty handy for us is when we look at something like this and we go, well, gee, I don't have anything that's the square root of 10. But I know what? The square root of 5 times the square root of 2, that would work, or the square root of 10 times the square root of 1, that would work. The order doesn't matter because it's multiplication. So if I wanted to, I could absolutely just flip it around and say the square root of 2. Yeah, there we go. The square root of 2 times the square root of 5 is the same thing because 2 times 5 is 10. What about this one though? The square root of 3 times the square root of 4. Yeah, that works. Or 6 times 2, or 1 times 12, or any other of those combinations. That's fine. We have no problem with that whatsoever. And when we're looking at this, sometimes it's hard for us to figure out, what the exact numbers are on here. But what about this? How about if we had 250 times 4? Would that equal 1,000? It sure would. I don't know what the square root of 250 is, but I do know that the square root of 4 is 2. But I could also take it a little bit further than this too. Let's just go down here and let's just show you some other different scenarios. I could take it to the square root of 100 times the square root of 10. I also could have written it out like this. How about this? 250 times the square root of 2 is 500. And what's 500 times 2? That's 1,000. So I'm just saying it's kind of cool that you can take these square root signs and split them up into multiple numbers. In fact, you could use more than one radical sign as long as if you multiplied all of them back together, you got your initial value. So if you've got this little trick down, the next lesson gets really easy.